In any normal year, this is the day we would expect Aaron Rodgers to be on the field for the first time with his teammates, right?
Right. Well, look, these are voluntary workouts, as important to stress. But yes, historically, Rodgers has been there for this portion of the offseason program. And I do not expect him to be there today. If he's there today, I know what your show tomorrow is going to be about. That's for sure. But I would think we're going to have a situation here where Jordan Love, last year's first-round pick that has helped create some of this issue through no fault of his own, will be there taking the first-team reps with the offense. Remember, Jordan Love, last year, no preseason games. Rodgers took all the first-team snaps all season long. This is the first chance Jordan Love has had to run the Packers offense since last year's training camp. So whether he's going to end up being the starter or not, the Packers need to see something from him here in these next few weeks in terms of improvement and command.
All right, so there are two pieces of this that I think are fascinating. There's the Aaron Rodgers piece and the Jordan Love piece. Dan Orlovsky, let's start with the Aaron Rodgers piece. We were talking earlier this morning before we came on the air about what we may find out about exactly what it is Rodgers wants here in the relatively near future.
Well, Greeny, how bad do you really want out, right? And the name that I'll throw into this situation is Aaron Rodgers' agent, David Dunn. Dave Dunn from Athletes First, he was my football agent. His role is super important in this because over the past weeks, ever since this news broke, I'm sure he's been having conversations with football teams. And what happens if he goes back to Aaron Rodgers and says, hey, the only team that's really going to make an offer for a trade to the Green Bay Packers that they're going to actually entertain is the Las Vegas Raiders. Then don't you have to go to Aaron Rodgers and say, you better fix this relationship because you're not going to win a Super Bowl with the Raiders. And that's why the question of how bad do you really want out comes into play. Because Aaron Rodgers, if you want out more than anything, then you're likely going to get your choice. But what happens if you want out and also going to a contender and that contender isn't worthy of giving or isn't willing to give up all those picks? That's where the reality of the grass may not be greener comes into play for Aaron Rodgers.
All right, so we'll see how he chooses to play that. In the meantime, we get someone who gets a chance to play now, Domonique, for the first time. Jordan Love, how would you describe the significance of this opportunity for him?
I mean, my initial feeling was kind of downplay it. It's OTAs. It's no big deal. They just want guys to check in. But then I think about it, like, it's a big deal for Jordan Love. This is the first time that he's going to have any real pressure on him in an NFL game. Like Graziano said to start us, he didn't play in the preseason last year. He didn't even dress for the games in the regular season last year. So there was no pressure. There wasn't even the chance that if Aaron Rodgers got nicked up, he would get a snap in a regular season game. Right now, he's entering with more pressure. As ridiculous as it sounds, this is the most pressure that he's been under. And I think that the Green Bay Packers are going to be watching him to see how he deals with this. And that may determine what they do going forward as far as trying to bring in another quarterback or getting serious about moving Aaron Rodgers.
All right, so we've got those things on the table. Go ahead, Danny.
Well, I mean, I think the important point for Dom that he made was that he didn't dress for a game last year. But what happens if? Like, what happens if, and I know it's OTAs, and so people understand you're not in pads, but what happens if he goes out in balls? What happens if Jordan Love all of a sudden goes out to OTAs and he looks fantastic? He's doing the right thing with his feet. The ball's going to the right place. It's jumping off his hands. He's got complete command of the huddle. Like, what happens if he goes out there over the next month, takes full advantage, and it starts to make the Packers sit back and go, this kid has taken the jump that we wanted? Like, that is a real thing that happens in OTAs for young players.
Well, I think nothing happens because I think this is one of those situations where there's not much to gain, but there's a lot to lose. If he meets the bar, people are going to say, oh, it's just OTAs. Good job. Congratulations. If he falls under that, then there's going to be some concern. If he gets to where he's supposed to get, then we're going to be like, all right, let's see what he does in training camp. That's the next step. Let's see what he does in the preseason. Let's see what he does in the regular season.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.